Hi, everybody. I'm Zach, and this is Layer Quick Bytes, where in 10 minutes or less, I'll show you live all the amazing things that you can build in Layer. So let's get started. Today, I'm going to show you how you can put field reports on autopilot with Layer. I'll share my screen here, and we'll get rolling. All right, so I have an example project here that I'm looking at called QuickByte 004. You can see that we have a model connected to this, and we're looking at the rooms category in particular. We're going to focus in on this field reports category, and I'm going to open this up. So you can see that I have a category called field reports. I have one called site observations, and I have one called team directory. So looking at our field reports, this is where both observations and the team directory kind of tie into. So if I click to open up this field report 1, you can see that this allows me to populate things like the project status, who created this field report, when it was created at. I can link and pull people from my team directory for who was present on site. And we can link observations, as well as take some and collect general photos and take any notes that we might have during the field report. This is all editable on our native mobile apps for iOS and Android. So you can create these field reports on the fly. We're gonna focus in on though how we can create a field report template that basically spits out the information that we collect in the field report into a document that we can pass on and share with others. So we're gonna start from scratch basically in creating this document from my field reports, and then we'll step through creating a field report from scratch and look how it's formatted in our new document. So I have this document view created here that's blank. And we're going to begin laying out this template by clicking the edit button right here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start dropping information from my field report onto this document view to create our document view template. So I'm going to pull in the project status, and we're going to format this. Let's say we want to show the label above. Maybe we want the text to be a little bit bigger. For that, and maybe we want to italicize the project status. Now we can move on to maybe who was actually present on site during the field report. So I'm going to drag this onto the document as well. And since this is referencing another category, we can pull in information from our team directory onto this document. So I'm going to make the title of this a bit bigger. Let's say we're going to make that 14. And then I can start to drop additional data from the people present on site. Like maybe we want to show the company they're from, their email, and their phone number specifically for their team. And then we can format that accordingly. And we'll close out of that. There we go. I'm going to publish to save it quickly. All right, so now we have the people present on site. We have our project status, and I'm going to add a separator between these lines so that we have a little bit of vertical space. All right, cool. Okay, so now with the people present on site, right below that, we're going to essentially document the general photos, or maybe we'll start with the notes from this field report. So I'm going to drop the notes, and we're going to put the label above it. We'll make the label the same size as the one before, and we'll increase the note text size as well. So you can see it pulls in the information from those field reports. And again, we'll add a vertical spacer between these two things. All right. Next, we're going to place our general photos that we're taking on this field report. So I'm going to drop this on the canvas. We'll change the labels in the same way. And now with our images, we can we can choose how we want these formatted. So maybe we'll define a fixed height, and that looks about like the right size. And maybe I don't want a border radius on these. Cool. So the last part of this is we're actually going to drop our observations on this. And our observations, you can see, come in a table, and we can start to pull in additional information for each one of these observations as well. So I'm going to say the category of the observation will show the photo maybe of the observation, and we'll show the drawing location of that observation. And for both the drawing location and the photo, I actually want to make this a little bit smaller so that it reads better. So we'll change the default size of those, and then we will auto size the column, and let's drop maybe the description of the issue as well on there. And we'll pull this up above the photo. Cool. So now we have a table of our observations, and I'm going to make this label a bit bigger for the observation. And there we go. We'll drop some, maybe some vertical space between the photos and the observations. And now we have a template for our field report that I can publish. And now every time I create a new field report, it's basically going to give me a document that looks just like this. So let's start by, let's pretend like we're going on site, and let's create a field report from scratch. I'm going to go back to my field reports list, and I'm going to click here to create a new field report. You can see it auto generates the name. It says field report 3. I'm going to update the project status. And we can proceed to fill out this form. So we're going to check what people were present on site. Maybe it's just these two. I'll get to observations in a second, and then we'll upload some general photos as well. I'm going to attach those two photos. If you're on your mobile device, it'll open up your device's camera. And then under notes, I'm going to start taking notes. But one cool thing that we can do with field reports is directly in these notes, we can start to reference other items, both in my model or in my layer project. So for example, if this is about a specific room, I can just hashtag to find that particular room. So I'm going to do hashtag cafeteria 121 needs flooring installed still. We can reference people, so I can mention people on my team and they'll get notified. Date the, we will pull in like, let's see, the computer lab maybe. And we can take any other notes that we might have for this field report. Okay, lastly, I'm gonna add a few observations, but I'm gonna add these observations on top of a plan instead of just creating them in this list. So under observations, I have a drawing set available where I can zoom in and start to place these observations directly on top of a plan, and we can link them to our field report. So I'm gonna click here to create a new item. We're gonna place it out front here on the drawing, and this is where I can specify the category, the status. We can attach any photos, which I'll attach a photo here. And we will tie this back to our field report 3. And then I can proceed to document the description. All right, so we have an observation tied to our field report. Now, if I come back to my my field report document that we created, we can go to that field report 3. You can see that here's all of the details that we documented here, and you can see it fills it in automatically directly into the document. And all I have to do to get this out is click here to export this to a report. What this will do is it'll generate a shareable link that I can pass on, or you can download an actual PDF version of this. And so if I click download, you can see that if I open this up, here directly, this will show me the actual report itself. All right, I think that's it. Feel free to comment on this post. Let me know if you have any questions or feedback on this workflow. I enjoyed showing it to you. If you want to get started with Layer, you can go ahead and scan this QR code. We'd be happy to show you around and see how Layer can 10x your workflow on your team. Thank you.